Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. As you can tell, the weather has been a bit on the warm side lately, so I think it's about time I got the old bike out. I'm joined today by my friend Jordan, who's a bit camera shy, to say the least. Just a tad. Yeah, he's hiding very well today. He'll probably become a bit of a cameraman today. So yeah, he's a bit shy. So the plan of action today is I'm going to get the old bike out. I've not ridden since, I think it's probably August, October last year, around that time. So I'm going to be a bit rusty, but we're going to ride from my house to the workshop where I'm going to give it a service, a bit of health check, and yeah, go from there really. So I've made it here to the workshop. Yeah, it's safe to say I'm a tad bit on the rusty side, but hey, I haven't, as you can tell, I haven't ridden in a good 6 to 8 months, but you just don't lose it, do you? Well, this is my summer toy. It is a Suzuki sv1000 K3. I bought it as a spares and repairs about 4 years ago. It spent a majority of its time in pieces. Well, the first 8 months of its life it's spent in pieces. And I built it up from there. It's got a full custom respray. It was sprayed by a garage, well, placed down in Torquay. I can't remember their name off the top of my head. It is candy blue with 4 pearls in the paint and so much glitter when the sun hits it. You can never pick it up on camera. It never does it any justice. It's none of this colour flick change paint, which would have cost an arm and a leg, but yeah. So I'm going to start off by draining the oil out, lubing up the chain, because as you can imagine the chain's been sat for a while, and going from there. So yeah, now while the chain's nice and hot, it'd be good to get some oil on it. Okay then, so me personally, I use the Pro Clean chain lube. It's clear, so you don't get it all over your rear wheel when it does come off. It's always best to spray your chain while it's still warm, that way it bites into it. So yeah, just a little tip there for all you guys that didn't know. Because my bike's been sat for such a long period of time, the chain is going to be rather stiff, even though you could quite gladly see it easily does 70 miles an hour still. 70. Right, because that is the law on UK roads. And the fact that I'm on my own in here, and I don't have a jacking point or anything for this motorcycle, I'm just going to be toing and throwing it back until I'm happy with how much lube's on there. Okay, while the engine's still a bit toasty from the little squirt on the way up here, fuck me, that's hot. Well, it's always best to empty your oil out while it's still hot. I know it's pretty standard stuff that I'm doing. It runs a lot quicker, it runs a lot smoother, and it also pulls more of it out. So when you top it up with your new oil, there's always going to be residue in there from your old, but there will be less. I'm no mechanic. This is not a how-to. I would never say I'm doing a how-to because a lot of the time I'm learning a lot like you guys. Yeah, I haven't serviced this bike in about 4 years. It's done, no, 3 years, sorry. Take that back, 3 years. It's done 4,000 miles in those 3 years. So I haven't really seen it point. From where it's been sat for so long in my garage at home, the rear wheel has gone triangular from where it's always sat on the stand. So I really need to look at replacing these tyres. But regardless, I will still be checking the tyre pressures today, and just making sure that everything's ready for my daily commute to work and my days off blipping around. Because this is all this really is just a glorified garage ornament which turns into a toy when the sun comes out. And let's face it, we've had plenty of sun. I've just been wanting to service it, and yeah, we'll get it good and ready before I go for a good squirt. That way I get to check everything over so I know it's mechanically safe and sound. Okay, so to get at my oil drain sump plug, I'm no mechanic, I have to remove my belly pan, which I've got these aftermarket studs because, as I say, I built this bike from the ground up. It was a non-runner when I got it, and all of the hardware, you can see I've replaced the foot pegs and everything, the exhaust system, I put crash bungs on it, but I can go onto the list is near enough endless for this little toy. But yeah, I've got aftermarket hardware, which means I need an Allen key to get these ones off. I'm not quite sure what the factory ones were. I would be lying if I said I knew off the top of my head. So I'm going to remove this, get to the oil sump drain plug, and let's start emptying this thing. The sump plug on this is a 17mm. This could be the messy bit if I really go wrong. I can't guarantee. I reckon it's going to be a bitch to get off, to be perfectly honest with you. Because yeah. Oh, bugger me. That's on there good. That's really on there good. I'm going to cut the video here. I'm going to wrestle with this, and then I'll get back to you because I have no idea how long this is going to take. After a bit of persuasion, I got it cracked. Yeah, you can see from the colour of the oil, it's not too bad. I've seen a lot worse. It's dark, but it's like a light coffee. A light coffee. So I'm just going to stand the thing up just to get the last of it out. Hopefully my alarm doesn't go off because this thing is as sensitive as, yeah. There we go. Didn't get any of the oil dripping. And I'm going to start making a look at the new oil filter. It's currently running a K&N. I do believe this time I've gone for the option of Champion. I've got Champion oil filter, Champion spark plugs, and Silcoline 10W40 oil to go in. Do the job. Okay, so that's the sump plug off and the oil filter off. To get the oil filter off, I had to use this nifty little tool. Don't ask me what it's called, but it's on a chain, on a socket, and it just winds it in until it gets a bite, and it bit onto the oil filter, and that came near enough straight off. The K&N one though came with a socket 16mm end on it. Don't know how you can see it in there, but from where I've been riding it over the past time, it's stone chipped to hell, and I just wasn't getting a bite, so I had to resort to it. So that's that off. We're going to let this drain of all the oil, and then I am going to go and have some lunch. Okay then, so now I'm going to be lifting the tank, getting to the air filter while I'm just waiting for all of the oil to drain through. When I've got to the air filter, I'm going to use the compressor behind me because silly boy Aaron hasn't ordered any filter cleaning products, so I'm just going to use the compressor to blast the worst of the crap out with, really. And well, considering it hasn't really done any miles, it still should be pretty much brand new under there. So that's what I'm going to do. To get it off, I've got to remove these little side panels, which I've had sprayed up in gloss black. And I've also got to I've got tank spacers, just to help it breathe a bit better underneath. I've got to pop them off, make sure I don't lose the spacers, because they do move around. They're a little pig to get at. I don't know what made me think of putting them on. I just saw it and I thought, sod it, might as well. So yeah, I'm going to lift that up, get into it, and off I go again. Okay, to get into your air filter, I had to undo all those screws you can see up there. I want to say that there's 2, 4, 6, 7 screws And you can see the throttle bodies there. They've been positioned nicely when I got it tuned up. So I've got the, fingers are getting caught. I've got the air filter out. You can see it's done hardly any miles. Just a little bit of dirt build up in there. I went for the BMC air filter. If you run this bike, K&N is not recommended, because as you can imagine, when you're going along, if you do own one, you'll know this already, it's a very flexible filter, whereas this one's solid. So when it's sucking air down, it's flexing into the throttle bodies and you're getting less performance out of it. So I went for the BMC because it's solid. It comes with the same style of filter, but it's solid body on the outside, and all the, well, not all of, the tuning company I took it to in Bristol, who tuned the Isle of Man TT Twin Series bikes, recommended that I got this one. They explained exactly the same reasons why, and to be fair, I fully understand them, because this sv1000 is 121 brake horsepower after tuning. It's got a dyno jet system, fuel tank, not fuel tank, this filter, a couple of other little mods over it, and yeah, it weighs nothing, and it's got 120 brake. I know it's no performance bike, not in a million years is a performance bike. It's a comfortable sports tourer, V-twin. With the level of traffic these days, you don't need anything more than that, because cars get in your way unless you're going on track. But yeah, I'm going to clean this one up with the air compressor, and let's, it shouldn't be too bad. You can see now, well, the filter was pretty much new before, but it's blown near enough all of the crap out from in between it, and it's ready to go back in. I mean, you can still see it's still red, so the 3 or 4 years it's been in the bike, been perfectly fine for the little mileage I've done. So let's put it back in, and that's that done. Okay, so I've removed this sump plug. This is an uprated sump plug. It's always worth removing and replacing your copper washer when you do an oil change. Online you can buy them at £1.50 each, I've seen them, but I managed to get hold of 200 for £7. That should see me over a lifetime, depending on whether I lose them. I've upgraded this sump plug when I first built the bike up. It is a magnetic one, but you can see how much residue this has picked up in the time it's been on the bike. See the magnet in there? It's always worth upgrading any sump plug to a magnet one whenever you service it. Luckily this one is fairly good condition still. So I'm just going to give him a wipe up with a towel before I fit it, and yeah, we get some brake and clutch cleaner on it, and just job's a good one really. And it's down to finding the right washer size and plugging them back in. So yeah, I've opted for the Champion oil filter over my K&N. Just remember, before you put any filter on, you should always put a little bit of grease on the rubber gasket just before you put it on. And you only do this one up really, well, it says look at the manual, the owner's manual, but to be perfectly honest, I just do mine hand tight and fucking send it. Too much. Bite, you fucker. Got greasy hands at the moment from that oil. But yeah, you do it too tight and, well, it's a pig to get off. You do it too loose, you're gonna have freaking oil slick underneath. I know you can get tools for this, but they always expand due to heat anyway regardless, so just degrease my hands, degrease that, tighten it a bit more with fingers, and jobs are good. If ever you are doing an oil change on your bike or vehicle, funnel just fell over, don't worry about that. But normally on these models, I'm not going to say all of them, so I don't know. It tells you how much oil goes in the tank, so if you're unsure on how much it takes, you can either measure it out exactly or do what I do. Pour it in, stand it up, and then look at the glass here it will soon tell you whether it's full or low. Remember, I wouldn't say less is more, but it's easily enough done to overfill your tank or your engine with oil. You can always put more in. It's a pig to take some out, because it'll be the old fact of oh sugar, sump plugs off again. So yeah, I'm gonna make a start on this now, and job's a good one. So yeah, after my first attempt of pouring oil in, I used this glass here that you can see, and voila, that is straight perfect on the full line. So yeah, that's one successful oil change. Well, that was a successful oil and air filter change. Well, clean. Let's see how she starts. Light filter on, the fuel light, so we're going to call it a day there. Okay, so it's another day. I managed to get the bike home last night. It did suffer from an electrical problem, believe it or not though. On the way home, I had to resort to my friend Jordan giving me a jump start. For some reason, she just did not want to tick over. The battery was full when I left in the morning. I started it up once or twice during the day to make sure obviously that the oil had gone through the filter, and then top it up, because yes, it says the engine takes 2,700 mil, but you have to of course run it to get it into the filter and then top it up, etc, etc. So yeah, now that the oil side of things is done, today I'm going to be looking at my clutch fluid reservoir. Over the last 4 years, it has gone dark and cloudy since I changed it all over and topped up the fluid. So that would have been the running in process for the clutch that's in there. And now the fluid has gone very cloudy. Don't know how well you can see that there. There you go. So today I am going to be emptying that one there, and I am going to be topping up with some new stuff I've got. I've gone for the .4, there it is, comma, something or other, brake and clutch fluid. So yeah, I'm going to be bleeding the system now and topping it up, which should put me one step closer to having this thing summer ready. So yeah, I'm starting off with the hex head, taking the cap off. You have to remove this little metal bracket here, which holds the cap in place to make sure that it doesn't go through a walkies. I am running aftermarket caps, as you can see. As you know, the bike didn't exactly come with any of the original hardware, or any hardware whatsoever, as it was a non-runner. So a lot of the stuff I did have to source, and some stuff I did have to go aftermarket. So yeah, you got your cap, then they've always got the little rubber sealer. So yeah, take that out. Be careful not to get any of this on your paintwork. Yeah, that's a very nasty colour in there. Ugh, yeah. That does not look healthy one bit. So yeah, be very careful not to get any of this on your paintwork whatsoever. Remember to wear gloves when dealing with it. I don't have any to hand at the moment. And safety goggles. Always wear safety goggles. Because I take health and safety very important, I am wearing these lovely safety goggles today. Believe me when I say you do not want to get clutch and brake fluid in your eyes. It will sting worse than lemon juice. It is horrible, absolutely horrible. But yeah, anyway, back to the subject on hand. Ignore my lovely fashion statement I've got going on here. Take a look in there. That does not look healthy one little bit. That should be clear as water, really. Over here I've got my brake fluid. That's the colour it should be, nice and clear. But this one, you can see, is dark and dingy. So I am going to be switching that out now. Okay, to switch it out, you come down here, you flick the cap off this bleed nipple. I do have upgraded Hell clutch lines for this. You get an 8mm spanner and you just loosen this one off. Okay, so with that loosened off, you get your pipe, which I've got here in my kit. And then it's always good to have a rag to hand, because the last thing you want to do is ruin your paintwork. Just clean that up, and then you suck all that horrible old fluid out. Pump the clutch a couple of times. Make sure you're keeping the pressure up and your gun at the end. Yeah, for some reason, after it's been emptied, I've got some residue in here. It looks like soot of some description. So I've got a microfiber on the end of a old rag, and I'm just going to clean it out best I can, because clearly you don't want that in your. Clearly you don't want any of that in your clutch, do you? So I'm just going to clean that out next. Then, up here on this shelf over here, where all my little spares of detailing bits and God knows what else, I've just got a batch of this. It's old, but I'm only going to use it to flush the system. So I'm going to fill up the bottle up here, and then I'm going to flush it through before I put the new one in. Okay, so that's a lot better and cleaned out better than what it was. I'm now going to fill this one up with the old fluid that I got. Try and keep it off your clothes and hands, as I say. And especially keep it off the paintwork. I'm just going to use that dribble there to pump it through here in my little device that I got that bleeds brakes and clutches. So I'm going to pull that through, because that's just residual, and then that should be good. Okay, so that's the fluid that's been drained through. That is a mix of the old and of the one that I used to clean. It's a horrible colour, considering that's I used it to flush. So yeah, it's now time to top it up, re-bleed the system, and that's clutch fluid replaced. Okay, so what I've done, oh excuse the shakes, I'm just getting up, my back, don't get old. Right, is I've been pumping the clutch. You see those little bubbles coming up? That's the last thing you really want, is air in your system. So you want to be pumping the clutch just until those little bubbles start to disappear. If they're still there, come back down here where you've got your 8mm spanner attached to your bleeding tube. There's the clean fluid coming through, so you know it's coming through. And you want to be running it so until there's no bubbles coming out of there. So you just open it slightly, then close it, give it a couple of pumps up here. I can already feel that that's getting a lot tighter, which means that there is little or no air in the system now. You just keep repeating the process, topping up your liquid, unscrewing it down here, because you just put pressure into it. See how there's less bubbles now straight away? And then you close it again. You come up here, give it a few pumps. Yeah, that's getting nice and tight now. There's still a couple little bubbles in there, you can see. But that will go over time regardless. And you just keep repeating the process really, just until it's all gone. Yeah. Oh, a few more bubbles there, but that could be down to the air coming through the tap from down underneath here, from when you're opening it up. A few more pumps up here. Yeah, that's really nice and tight now. So I think I'm gonna call it a day on that. So I'm gonna top that up with liquid, put the caps back on, And yes, that is one step closer to being summer ready. So yeah, that's that. The lid is back on. That's the proper colour it should be. I filled it up to the level suggested on the side of the bottle on this side. I've then gone over and I have sprayed all the area that I've been working with some just quick detailer, which I'm going to go over with microfiber, because just in case you got any of that shit on the paintwork, because that will strip paint. That is nasty stuff. Yeah, it will eat through your paint and you'll be like, where on earth have all these speckles gone? Believe me, as I've been going along before, and this has exploded on me. As you can see here, I missed a bit. That was fresh paint and that fluid ate through it. Okay, so that's the air filter cleaned, the oil filter replaced, the oil replaced, the clutch fluid cleaned through and replaced. The only thing I am not doing now is the spark plugs, because as you can imagine, they are a pig to get at, being that the bike's a V-twin. I have no reason really to replace them other than the fact that since I've owned a bike for the 4 years, they haven't been replaced. They are the original ones from when I purchased it. So yeah, that's the only reason why I want to replace them. But the bike still starts fine when it's got enough electricity. I've got a feeling that potentially a cell is dead in my battery. So I'm going to be looking into getting a replacement battery, and fingers crossed that should solve that issue. Problem being though, it is running an alarm, it is running a dyno jet system, which all eats the life out of batteries as it is. So whether or not it's the battery, we'll soon find out. It could be the stator, but like anything, I'll get down to the bottom of it and I'll replace it. Next to do on the list, I believe I'm going to get myself a new rear tyre, because as I stated earlier, it is not round anymore, it is triangular from where it's been sat up for so long. So yeah guys, thanks for watching. That's me getting my summer toy ready. Hopefully the sun will last a bit longer, even though they forecast nothing but rain and horribleness for the next couple of weeks. You haven't forgotten the ST. He's still around, just need to clean. Don't you worry about that. I will be getting it ready very soon for Pure Ford, which is happening at Castle Combe on the 27th of this month. So please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys there. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.